Hello and welcome to UK NBA. It's episode 8. It's a continuation of episode 8 because we stopped rather abruptly the other day. What part is this? This is about part 4, 5?
5, possibly 6.
Well, it's some part anyway, but I'm sure you'll be able to follow it. And we're going to run through the news first. So yeah, let's get straight onto that. Kind of a lot has happened since we were last on air.
Yeah.
And it's starting with the Warriors. Their centre, Andrew Bogut, underwent an MRI scan on his right knee on the 10th of December 2014, of course, and that revealed the acromioclasia and bone edema, which was causing the swelling and instability that he was experiencing in his knee. Sounds quite painful. After consulting with the doctors on the 12th of December, he decided with his own personal physician from Australia, he elected to go with palate-rich plasma therapy, also known as PRP, to treat his right knee. And unfortunately, there is no timescale for his return.
No, obviously it's very serious. Obviously, it's just got to a point where they've finally come to the conclusion of the problem of what he's having, these swellings and obviously instability, injuries, small nagging injuries on his knee. And obviously now we're going to have surgery, which is only a good thing. Finally, hopefully, he should get rid of it. It's almost like draining the knee, which a lot of NBA players do. But obviously,
sounds nice.
Yeah,
sounds a bit
the only thing is it obviously helps them massively, but sometimes it can't actually get rid of it properly.
No.
Completely. And also it takes a lot of time out of it.
Takes some of the pain away though, I suppose.
Yeah, certainly, and it obviously helps it a bit for a long time. But it takes out a lot of your season because you're going to be out on the sidelines for a while recovering after surgery. And
then once you are declared fit to play, it's going to take a fair bit of time to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
On to the next item.
Yeah, because there was a bit more news on the front.
Yeah, it's concerning the Milwaukee Bucks centre, Larry Sanders, who's been suspended for one game without pay for pushing Portland Trail Blazers forward Nicholas Batum in the back as he elevated towards the basket. It was announced today by Rod Thorne, who's the president of the basketball operations.
Yep.
So it was announced yesterday.
Yep. No surprise there, really. Push
well,
on the way to the basket.
You know, it's only one game.
Yeah, it's not serious.
Seems fair without pay. I'm sure with his big fat contract, he will survive that one game without pay. I'm sure that he won't be signing on the dole.
No, so he'll be fine. But
yeah, so you can't do things like that, and it's right, and it's a fair and proportionate.
Cause serious injury to any player when you put.
Now I've got a big mouthful of humble pie here.
Yeah, you have.
Because my bold prediction was that the Warriors' streak would end against the Raptors on the 2nd of January. But it's come slightly earlier than I expected. But Pete is brimming with confidence and smile from ear to ear, as he's correctly predicted when the Warriors' streak would end, because it ended on Tuesday in Memphis.
Yep, I said it would, and I wasn't too surprised when it did.
And what's the final score? 100 and...
I'm not quite sure what the actual score was. I said it was going to be about 10 points. It was close. It was a genuine
There was no blowout. So
no, it was a very interesting, exciting game to watch. Really swayed from side to side in it, which team had control of the game. But you always had that little feeling that Memphis were always...
Well, I'd like to say that I had that feeling, but I predicted... was getting the score up.
105-98 was the final score. So
so 7 points in it. Nothing too concerning for the Warriors. Of course, that streak, I think it would have been, I know that the Lakers' record of 33 from 72 to 73 season, they would have to have gone to some to have got up with that. We never thought that was possible. I'm just a bit surprised that it ended.
Yeah.
That ended in Memphis, but...
Got back to winning ways last night against OKC.
Yeah, so time for another win record, hopefully. Two pieces of bad news for Pete's team, the Miami Heat. Josh McRoberts, he'll be out for the entire season with torn meniscus. Yeah. And Chris Bosh, undoubtedly one of the best NBA players in the conference, he'll be out for several weeks with strained calf. I was listening to an ESPN program the other day. It said that because of these two injuries, that Heat might not make the playoffs now.
Yeah, well, I'm completely against that. Not just on a biased point of view, but on a serious point of view. They're in the Eastern Conference, so we're going to get serious here. There's not much of a challenge. Not in the West. Where
I mean, you look at the teams that are below Heat. You've got Magic, the Nets, Philly, Pistons, the Nuggets. They
the conference.
Or the conference.
Celtics as well.
Celtics. So you've got quite a lot of teams there
that aren't
up to the standard of Miami. I think to say I think you could put the Miami reserves on and they'd still make the.
You've still got Dwayne Wade. You've still got Mario Chalmers. You've still got Noel Dane. You've still got a quality team. Okay, it's going to be a bit more of a struggle, but until Bosch comes back, I think they'll do fine.
And to say the playoffs is well within reach. That's just an unintelligent argument.
I have
really.
No concern. I don't think any Miami Heat should have concern about making the playoffs.
No, and obviously no concern about when the Cavaliers destroy Heat on Christmas Day. But we will come to that later because we're just delaying the inevitable. On we've got 6 days to go until you got that look on your face of what's just hit me. Another piece of injury news concerning the Milwaukee Bucks is that Jabari Parker, he's going to be out for the rest of his season. It's his rookie season, so that's a bitter blow for him. With a torn ACL, so it's a nasty injury, and he's got to be bitterly disappointed. His first season in NBA, and he's out for it.
Well, that's our second rookie that we've lost this year. We've also lost Julius Randle on the first game of the season. He broke his leg, so that's 2 players.
I always think that injuries in NBA, whoever they are, it's a shame. But I always feel so much sympathy for a rookie that's just starting their career and sometimes you never know what kind of player they might have been. I mean, I'm not saying that he'll come back and be weaker than he would have been, but it could affect him. And then you'll be talking maybe in like 5-10 years' time. He could have been a great player, bar the fact that he had that injury at the start. But
certainly, and obviously it's a blow for the Bucks as well. Obviously, one of the teams in the Eastern Conference is going to suffer now, and obviously we're going to kind of see now how important Jabari Parker was to that team, but. They've got to go to a good start. They've got to win the other night, I do believe. So, against the Kings, they've got off to a good start anyway, so without him.
DeMarcus Cousins returned last night for the Kings from meningitis, which is absolutely brilliant because, as you remember, probably, I don't know whether it was Tuesday or last week,
it probably was.
We mentioned about DeMarcus Cousins with the meningitis, but saying that it was a positive sign that it was seen at the court side. And at least he wasn't at home or hospitalised. But he's returned now, and he missed the game against OKC the other night, but he's back now, and so that's great.
Should really help the Kings now again.
Yeah.
But it's obviously going to be a bit of a struggle, and they've not got a coach in yet, obviously, with Mike Malone being
they've got, what's the names of the interim coaches guy? What's his name?
Can't quite remember now.
But I've read that there's speculation of him taking it full time, and I think that probably would be a good decision because the game against OKC they were very good.
Was it Corbin? I think Corbin.
Yeah, that might have been him. Yep. So that's great.
That's that. But there's one big piece of news to bring you in. It come in last night, so it is pretty breaking news, really.
And I couldn't take this away from you so far away.
By the way, yes, that is that Celtics have traded Rajon Rondo to the Dallas Mavericks. Also sent Dwight Powell on his way as well, while Brandon Wright, Jay Crowder, and Jameer Nelson, the point guard, will be going other way to the Celtics, as well as 2 draft picks. One, the first round draft pick next year, and a second round draft pick in 2016.
And a $12.9 million trade exception.
Yeah, so that gives them extra money to Celtics, and they've got a lot of draft picks because
they have
the Nets as well a couple of seasons ago.
I think that's a very good piece of business. I mean, Rajon Rondo's a top player, but the money and the extra couple of players and the draft picks that they're going to get, well worth it.
I think it's worked for both teams. I think Celtics needed numbers. Celtics needed quantity. Mavericks need quality.
Yeah, so it's worked out superbly well. Yeah. So breaking news on UK NBA is that Rajon Rondo is now a Dallas Mavericks player.
And I'll go as far as saying that Rondo joining the Mavericks has turned them from a outside bet at a championship to an inside bet. I think it turns them into a
you
potential
heard that
favourite.
here on UK. Do you agree? Stick that in the comments.
It's certainly, like, I think you look at the starting lineup now, you got Rondo at point guard, then you got Monte Ellis, Chandler Parsons, Dirk Nowitzki, and then Tyson Chandler. I mean,
Becoming quite a formidable
team.
team.
All 5 of those players could make it into any team, generally. You know, you sign them, you would sign them for the starting lineup. You wouldn't sign them for the bench.
No, that'd be a bit pointless, wouldn't it? Does that wrap up the news section?
That does wrap up the news section, so thanks for joining us for that. Put your comments at the bottom because that's plenty of interesting news for Christmas holidays for you to take in. And we'll join you after the Christmas. We've got more to come from
I was going to say, we're not going yet.
But we will be back with the news section after the new year.
That's it. So that's the last news bulletin of 2014 on UK NBA.
Yeah.
Join us in a bit because I'm going to be gloating about how the Cavaliers are going to take it to Miami. So, join us then.